on Facebook, they said there was killer clowns around here that were killing people.
We saw a man with an all-black on, clown mask on and like a red wig.
Subject dressed in a red and yellow suit with a clown mask.
This wave of clown panic started in late August when police in South Carolina received reports about a suspicious character dressed as a clown who was trying to get children to follow them into the woods. Residents reportedly took matters into their own hands and began firing shots into the woods.
We do know that it's striking fear among members of our public, and so we have patrols out in each of these areas, and wherever we think we might anticipate that person, we've added patrols to see if we can intercept the person and the activity.
And since then, police around the country have been inundated with complaints about clown sightings and prank calls falsely reporting sightings, and residents in some communities are asking if they're allowed to shoot clowns on sight.
No, you're under arrest for disorderly conduct. I was not scaring nobody. I promise you. How do we get 911 call? I just came out the door, I swear.
As you can hear the police officer saying, these arrests are usually made for disorderly conduct, though some states also have anti-mask laws that prevent people from concealing their identities in public. The consequences of these copycat pranks are playing out in a very real way. Schools in several states have been put on lockdown after threats from people posing as clowns on social media and word-of-mouth reports of clown sightings. On top of that, one student in Georgia was arrested for bringing a knife to school to defend herself against clowns, and another in Virginia was arrested for posting a request on social media for a clown to kill her teacher. At Penn State, hundreds of students flooded the streets in search of clowns that had allegedly been seen around campus. In 1981, in neighborhoods around Boston, police received over 20 calls about children having seen mysterious clowns. Local schools panicked. Police questioned a clown that they believed to have been the one children had seen, only to find that he had just been making rounds to department stores as part of his job. A few days later, police in Kansas City were flooded with an estimated 60 to 100 calls about a demon clown scaring children, armed with a knife. Parents were on edge after a local parochial school sent home a note warning them about a killer clown, but police weren't able to find any real threat. For the next 25 years, appearances kept happening. East Chicago in 1991, Washington, D.C. in 1994, South Brunswick in 1997. When you think about what first made people afraid of clowns, it's tempting to pin it to Gacy or movies like It.
Creepy clown sightings have gone global, with dozens of incidents now reported in England. This mobile phone footage was shot on October the 6th by a man in Manchester who spotted a creepy clown while he was on the bus. On the same day, in Sheffield, another English city not far away, a creepy clown was spotted driving down the street on a mobility scooter laughing. The creepy clown phenomenon started in the US, with reports of clowns trying to lure children into the woods in Greenville, South Carolina. It's led to schools closing and arrests being made. The suspect seen in this video wore a clown mask during 2 restaurant robberies in Phoenix on September the 27th. A single gunshot was fired in both Taco Bell and Domino's Pizza. 2 17-year-olds were arrested in connection with the incidents. Well, elsewhere at Penn State on October the 3rd, crowds of students ran to locations where clowns were rumoured to have been seen. According to social media accounts, suspicious clown sightings have been reported in around 40 states, from California to Maine. There's also been a large number of prank videos surfacing. This film shows a creepy clown offering free hugs to passing drivers in Massachusetts. While this video, shot in Houston, Texas, has had more than 1 million views on YouTube since it was published on October the 5th.
Oh my God!
Clowns have long given people the creeps. I mean, who can forget the moment that Robbie is grabbed by the clown in 1982's Poltergeist? Yet it appears clowns are making a comeback. Already a remake of Stephen King's It is on the way, a film that came out in 1990, which sees the central character, Pennywise, feed on children's fears, then kill them. The remake is scheduled for release next year, but even Stephen King has voiced concern on Twitter about what's been going on. He writes, "Hey, guys, time to cool the clown hysteria. Most of them are good. Cheer up the kiddies. Make people laugh." Creepy clowns have also been taking centre stage in video games. In Until Dawn, you and a group of friends are terrorised by a clown or zombie, your choice, on a winter getaway in the mountains. A character that returns on PlayStation VR in Until Dawn Rush of Blood.
Creepy clowns staring at a local family as they eat dinner in their home. Just the latest in a rash of sightings from the South Bay to the North County. 10 News reporter Emily Thode is live in Imperial Beach. Emily?
So the creepy clown peered around this corner and stared at the sun inside the home through the screen door.
I was in shock and just froze up and just looked straight ahead, and then I didn't know what to say.
Blake Ratliff of Imperial Beach loves Halloween.
This is 3 witches that talk.
But he hates the creepy clown. It showed up on his doorstep Thursday night about 9.
It was like and at first I thought, you know, I was hearing something, so I ignored it. And then it happened again. That's when I turned around and looked out the screen door, and there was a clown peering around from the side of the house, looking straight at me.
A man about 5'8".
It had red hair.
Wearing a clown mask.
And then red glowing eyes.
It just stood there staring at Blake.
I just sat there, and then it went around the corner and left, and we ran and locked the door and called the sheriff.
Continuing coverage, Green Bay police are aware of an apparent threat to 10 different schools posted on a phony clown's Facebook profile. NBC 26's Emily Byer is live in De Pere with more for us this morning. Good morning, Emily.
Good morning, Brooke. Hello, everyone. We're here at East De Pere High School, which is one of the schools mentioned in that Facebook post. Yesterday morning, the new account with the username Henry Wood posting this message saying, quote, schools that we will be targeting on Monday, October 10th, 2016 are Southwest, East, West, Preble, Washington, Franklin, Lombardy, Edison, East De Pere, and West De Pere.
Clowns are now terrorizing San Diego. New at 6 o'clock. 10 News reporter Joe Little was the only TV reporter to track down the Cali Killer Clowns, and surprisingly, they say they're not the ones to fear.
It's the month of October. It's time to get scared a little bit.
A little bit for some. For others, this is an absolute nightmare.
We've been doing this for 3 days.
Welcome to the Cali Killer Clown lair. It's actually an attic, but I can't tell you where, and I have to disguise the voices of Clinky, Squints, and the ringleader, Chuckles.
Why not go with it and have some fun with it?
This isn't exactly everyone's definition of fun.
You're scaring people. Not so much as scaring people, but we're walking around taking pictures, and if they happen to see us and get scared, then there's nothing we can do about that.
Chuckles says they started earlier this week in National City.
And the next night we went to Imperial Beach, and then just last night we went to Eastlick to Proctor Valley Road and left a mask on the so-called Devil Tree.
You realize that people think you're bad?
Yeah, absolutely, but I'm not.
Chuckles says there are now 17 clowns in the group. All of them friends.
We always bring enough people to where it's safe, and enough people that aren't dressed as clowns to make sure they know that this isn't to be taken serious.
You're scaring people, though.
Yes, but we will never, ever harm people. So if scaring people would keep them off the streets in case someone is taking advantage of this clown thing to actually hurt people, then that's sort of a good thing.
A backwards logic, especially since someone dressed as a clown charged at a car in Poway Wednesday night. Chuckles said those are not his friends.
No, we wouldn't damage anyone's property and we wouldn't hurt anybody either.
They were impressed that the White House even issued a statement on the clown craze, but scoffed it off.
Me walking down the street in a clown costume is no different than me walking down the street in jeans and a t-shirt.
But jeans and a t-shirt wouldn't give someone nightmares.
Clowns are not a laughing matter.
Susan DeBartolomeo is worried about clowns this Halloween.
It's going to desensitize kids from clowns.
The Lone Tree mother of 2 says because of the recent creepy clown scare, she'll place a sign on her house banning trick-or-treaters in clown costumes from receiving candy.
It's going to be a tough one to word, but we definitely are going to put something up.
For the past few months, fiendish clowns, real and imagined, have been reported across the country, including here in Colorado. Susan is worried that Halloween night could be the perfect opportunity for clowns with bad intentions to blend in with others and cause problems.
And a lot of it's a hoax. I agree with that. There's going to be people who don't find it a hoax and they're going to use it for something that's not a good thing.
2 doors down, Brett Mill has decorated his home for Halloween. Brett says Susan's anti-clown sign goes too far.
I think she's entitled to put up her own sign, but you know what? Don't take the spirit out of Halloween.
As luck would have it, Brett's 6th grade son, Ryland, will dress as a clown for Halloween. Ryland says the recent hysteria has made the clown costume extremely popular at his school.
As soon as someone started making scary stuff about clowns, everybody started joining in.
And as Susan prepares her anti-clown sign, Ryland Mill has a message for his fellow neighbors.
Stay safe and watch out for clowns.
The person and the activity.
And since then, police around the country have been inundated with complaints about clown sightings and prank calls falsely reporting sightings, and residents in some communities are asking if they're allowed to shoot clowns on sight.
No, you're under arrest for disorderly conduct. I was not scaring no.
Their own hands and began firing shots into the woods.
We do know that it's striking fear among members of our public, and so we have patrols out in each of these areas, and wherever we think we might anticipate that person, we've added patrols to see if we can intercept.
They're chasing us up here. On Facebook, they said there was killer clowns around here that were killing people.
We saw a man with an all-black on, clown mask on, and a red wig.
Subject dressed in a red and yellow suit with a clown mask.
This wave of clown panic started in late August when police in South Carolina received reports about a suspicious character dressed as a clown who was trying to get children to follow them into the woods. Residents reportedly took matters into...
But I promise you, how do we get 911 call? I just came out the door, I swear.
As you can hear the police officer saying, these arrests are usually made for disorderly conduct, though some states also have anti-mask laws that prevent people from concealing their identities in public. The consequences of these copycat pranks are playing out in a very real way.